Somewhere that we just heard from our reporter Amelia Strahan in Terrebonne Parish, because we know that is a high place of impact as we are waiting for Francine to make that landfall. Certainly thinking of all of those in Terrebonne Parish and monitoring it very closely. We actually got an email from Amelia, and that's what I'm looking at here on my screen just a bit ago. And essentially she said that she's starting to see the heavy rain. When we talked to her, her hood had come on. She was starting to feel it. And Leah, who's right next door in Lafourche, had said, I'm experiencing heavy rain now right about that same time, maybe 15 minutes ago. Well, we got that update from Amelia. She said those bands are definitely hitting now. And so as things pick up, there's going to be that sort of question for those who maybe did not heed evacuation orders, or maybe who are still trying to get some last minute items for, staying in place. And so we're going to turn to an interview now to get the very latest.
Yeah, especially with those heavier lines of showers moving in. We've got Jason Bergeron, Parish President there at Terrebonne Parish. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for keeping us up to speed.
Morning, and thank you for keeping us informed.
How are things looking right now from your perspective?
Calm before the storm. We see the rain bands will be coming in within a couple of hours here, but we have our emergency operations center activated and we are ready to go.
Definitely some good news there. I know you guys have been very busy, and we were getting that last update from you yesterday, and I know you were working around the clock, so I'm sure not much sleep happening on that end, but we appreciate your hard work. When it comes to the shelter, the last numbers we got, and I'm sure that they're fluid or maybe have changed at this point, about 40 people, but the shelter does provide up to 600 spaces for people there. If someone's sort of teetering on the line this morning, deciding, do I stay, do I go to the shelter? First off, what would be your advice to those residents? And secondly, what do they need to know if they decide, okay, I'm going to head to the shelter?
I always tell people to trust your gut, and then starting from there, if you have a concern and you're not sure, I would err on the side of caution. We have a second shelter that if that shelter fills up, we could spill over into another shelter. So we are prepared to take in as many people that need it. And again, we will make sure that families are protected. The property will be there after, and that's what we have insurance for, but we want to make sure that families are protected.
I know that there were multiple locations, sir, for sandbags. I think you guys had 17 locations throughout the parish around there. Are they still available? Have any closed? And when will they no longer be an option?
So we have piles of sand and bags out all over the place. So that was 17 locations. If residents still feel like they need to get it, they can still get it right now. We have a few sandbags left as far as the disabled and those that are not able to get sandbags themselves. So at this point, most of that should have been done, and we need to hunker down and get ready for the storm.
And we want to ask, we're listening to Peyton Malone and other meteorologists here in-house talking about this storm surge that Terrebonne is expecting, at least we're expecting, to hit the area. When it comes to the storm surge, what is your biggest concern? What are you all prepared for? And we're hearing from Peyton, it could be anywhere from 5 to 10 feet. In y'all's area and those, most vulnerable areas, what does that look like? And, what's your big concern there?
So in this particular case, this is our worst case scenario. Thank goodness the storm is as strong as it could be. In that area, coming in, depending on where it falls, we have some levees that are at 10 foot, and then it goes up 12 foot, 15 foot in other areas. So based on the storm surge models we're looking at, based on the current path, it looks like the levee's going to get tested, and we think it's going to hold. That's why we recommend that everybody outside the levee system get inside the levee system just to make sure. Because like you were talking earlier, some of this water is going to be above people's heads.
And for first responders, I know at some point when things do deteriorate, calls to 911, they ask people to hold off on that if need be, because they're also concerned about their safety too. What's the word in Terrebonne as far as that's concerned?
That's why we call it a mandatory evacuation. That means that we're not going to be able to get to you, and we don't want to put our first responders at risk. So that's why we say get out while you can, and that way it's safer for everybody.
All right, thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. Parish President Jason Bergeron, Terrebonne Parish, where again, the calm before the storm, as the Parish President puts it there. Sir, we do thank you for joining us this morning.
Absolutely, and be safe. We'll definitely be thinking of all of you, and we'll do our best to keep you updated with any information we have as well.